They're only staying because ... Labeling your partner, and I'm gonna go with narcissist. Submitting to your husband. Triggers versus cognitive distortions, guys. Ooh, this might trigger you and put you into your own distortion. 90% of marriages fail. They're only staying because ... Welcome to the Morrow Marriage Podcast, guys, where we are real, raw, uncensored, and anointed. Prayer 5.
Prayer 5.
All right, guys, I wanted to talk about this because I had a call this week, and we hear things like this all the time, okay? Yeah, but she only wants to stay with me because she can't afford to leave, okay? One that you might be familiar with from our story is staying for the kids. She was afraid of what I would do to them if we split up. Guys, there's always a better way to look at this. I'm just gonna use mine because it hits home. Thank fucking God I have a reason for her to stay. You know what I mean? A lot of you guys, you take this the wrong way. Like, if there's a motive, it's a motive. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, I tell my women that all the time. I had a call just this morning with a group of women, and I said, I only need one reason to stay. Because she asked me the question, she said, do you work with women who, how do I say this? I don't like my husband. And I said, absolutely we do. I said, I don't need you to be going after the dream marriage. I need one shred. There's one reason that you're hanging on. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to use. And then you're going to go through the motions and it's going to feel fake. And sometimes it might be fake. But as you go through the motions, you start to embody the core values and the qualities and the strategies that we teach. And the goal would be that you soften and then you encourage your partner to soften. But all I need is one thing. I don't even care what it is. I don't care if it's money. I don't care if it's faith. I don't care if it's kids. I don't care if it's core values. I don't care what it is. One thing.
And you basically kind of just ran through most of them, right?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't really matter, you guys. The point is you still have an opportunity. If you think about this, like you can watch, there's another episode on rock bottoms, but the essential principle is that you hit a rock bottom and then you hit a lower rock bottom in your journey, typically, okay? Because it's hard as fuck when your partner's not on board and there's just one reason, like we say here, for example, then it can feel like the end, right? Like it's constantly the pressure. You know, I can think about it, how do I put this? Like, you can even have a rock bottom that's a little higher, right? So, you know it's bad, you've improved, and your rock bottom is a different level. It's a higher level though, at least it's higher, right? And that's because maybe you can get two reasons out of that, okay? And the whole point is that you're working them up out of the hole we always talk about into the top of the mountain. So first and foremost, just be fucking grateful. Like this guy I was speaking to, I get it, it sucks. You feel very used financially, but fuck, man. Like, you get to use the tools. Now, keep in mind, a lot of you're separated.
You're actually lucky that she's stuck with you because she can't afford to leave, because that's when she's going to see the changes that you're going to make. Otherwise, if she just left and she wasn't dependent on you financially, you wouldn't have the opportunity to show her
that's not
the
true.
New guy.
We create opportunities.
But it's a lot more difficult if she's gone.
But
it's easier if she's in the house.
Yeah, but the thing about that is everybody wants what they can't have, okay? I'll give you a life example, then I'll go back to this, okay? So, for example, I wish that I was a very overweight person because that means I could clean up my food and I'd be massive, okay? That's not how my body type works. But very overweight people wish they had my body type. We want what we can't have, you guys. It's the same in your marriage. If you are at home with your partner, you'll say, a man in my program will say, if we were separated, I could really learn and I could get into the material and I could just make all these changes without her coming at me, running us out of my car.
And I could surprise her with the new guy.
Yeah. And then a guy who's separated says, I wish I was at home with her so that I could try to show her the new me as I'm improving. You want what you can't have. We just talked about it. It's harder if you're separated. It just is. Let's get fucking real, man. Especially if they're trying to block you and stuff like that. You don't have that one reason that they're going. But it doesn't fucking matter. No matter what, you're the one who has to show up. That's it. I can tell you there's a lot of things that I would have want from you but I have to remember that when you hit these levels, if she doesn't have the same motive, I just have to understand, I have to work with what I got. What if she did leave? One of those final separations was, it's over. Well, then I'd still have to show up. I still have to find a way. You guys, you got to be more patient. You got to be more grateful. You got to be willing to accept it, eat it. Yeah, I've been a real douche. you know, and I'm being douchey right now, and I'm like, fine, fuck it, it takes two. I'm not going to do this thing, right? Fine, fuck it.
Can I jump in? So that was really important what he just said. So if you have the realization that you've been a jerk, the reason that she's only staying for the money is because, sure, try to get her to think of another reason, right? Try to build those reasons up. But the reason that she's staying with you only for the money is because there's nothing else to stay for, because you've shown yourself to be a jerk. But that means that you can come out of that jerkishness and build yourself into the new man, and that will compound the reasons that she has. And the reasons will start to grow. But if there's some big ugly thing that you're dealing with, which is why your wife is stuck with you, she wishes she could leave, but you're lucky that she doesn't have the money to leave, because this is when you can make the biggest impact.
100%. So I don't think we need to talk about this too much more. I mean, this is really straight to the point, guys. Focus on everything you can positive, because it's hard enough. I heard Dennis talking on a call today, intake call, and he was expressing what Kathryn says. Kathryn says, you know, it takes 100 positives in marriage to outweigh the one negative, not the normal that the world says. It's
not 7-1.
And actually, when you said that the first time I ever heard it, was hilarious. You're like, try like 1,400.
Yeah.
Something like that.
7,000
right?
probably.
Yeah, something like that. So you guys, you must focus on the positive. Who cares? Find the positive in everything and then move it forward. That way you can be grateful. It's like when we talk about you fuckers not accepting the changes, you finally get what you want. I posted a reel this morning. No, scheduled a reel of you this morning. And you were talking about when is it time to leave, right? And it seems a little bit like you're giving them permission. But then when you listen to the rest of the reel, it's like, but did you really try everything? If you're getting everything you wanted and you just want to be pissed off or upset, can't remember how you said it, like that's stupid. That's just focusing on the negative, and you will be unhappy for the rest of your life. We have had people that are still upset about their exes and they're in a new blended family. Like, how in the fuck are you? No wonder you're having troubles in your marriage right now. You guys repeat your cycles because of the same shit. Okay? So focus on what we're talking about here today, guys, and go get your life. Bye.
Bye.